until he jumps straight into the canal and attacks from there. After trading several more attacks, Frankie reveals that he's a cyborg, a human with robotic parts, before the fight can go on for much longer. However, the galley lay foremen intervene. At first, Luffy and Nami think they're helping fend off Frankie, but then they start attacking Luffy. They reveal that the Straw Hat Pirates are behind the assassination attempt and are trying to arrest Luffy. After much fighting with Luffy not fighting back, Frankie gets tired of everyone ignoring him and unleashes his ultimate attack, Coup de Vent, to destroy the entire dock. This Luffy and Nami take this chance to escape, and Luffy decides to see if Iceberg was telling the truth about Robin being his attacker. Meanwhile, the galley lay workers search through the town for the other crewmates, and the Iceberg statement is printed in all of the newspapers at the company's headquarters. And where Iceberg lives, Luffy breaks in and rushes around the building looking for the mayor's room, avoiding the attacks of the shipwrights there. Iceberg hears about this and has Khalifa lead Luffy to his room. When the two meet, Iceberg confirms that he really saw Nico Robin, and then pulls out a gun, requesting that Luffy let him see her. Luffy says that he has no idea where she is, and Iceberg shoots, attracting the attention of the other workers, so Luffy manages to escape before they get there. Meanwhile, Chopper and Sanji find Robin. Robin explains that there is a darkness in her heart that will engulf the rest of the crew if she stays any longer, and declares that she is leaving. Sanji tells Chopper to go back and tell everyone what happened, but he has something else he needs to do. Luffy's Zoro, Nami, and Chopper gather together and reach the conclusion that Robin may be being forced to do everything by the man in the mask. But Zoro points out that it would not be good to have false hope. Either way, they conclude that there will be another attack that night and they should confront her there. Meanwhile, Frankie decides to bring Luffy out of hiding by kidnapping Usopp and stealing the ship. In the galley lay headquarters, Iceberg calls Polly into his room to tell him something, and afterwards, Polly leaves his guard post to go into another room, opening a hidden safe. The four remaining Straw Hats gather outside of headquarters, hiding in a tree, observing the building for any events out of the ordinary when there is a huge explosion. At that point, several masked men in costumes, including Robin, rush into the building, who the workers assume are Straw Hat Pirates. Nami, Chopper, and Zoro decide to break in too, only to find that Luffy is gone. While the female assassin distracts the guard, showing incredible speed and the ability to jump while airborne, the man with Robin, wearing a bear mask, manages to enter Iceberg's room from the side using his Daiyu no Mai. He shoots Iceberg to weaken him, stating that they cannot kill him until they get the signal, and leaves him to Robin while he handles the guards. The bear masked man easily takes care of the foreman Tilestone, demonstrating an ability to make his body as hard as metal. At this point, Iceberg reveals the identities of the attackers. They are the government agency Cypher Pole 9, who intentionally failed in the first assassination attempt in order to place the blame on the Straw Hats, and they are after the blueprints for the ancient weapon Pluton, Shrika's Pansting, which Iceberg owns through inheritance from the great shipwright Tom. Meanwhile, Zoro, Nami, and Chopper break into the building, thinking that Luffy would have distracted all of the guards by aimlessly rushing in, only to find themselves surrounded. As it turns out, Luffy got stuck between two buildings. Meanwhile, Polly pulls blueprints out of Iceberg's safe only to encounter two men in a bull and skull mask. Polly attacks them only to be beaten easily, but as it turns out, the blueprints are fake. Using Den Mushes, the other CP9 agents are alerted to gather in Iceberg's room. In Iceberg's room, the four CP9 agents reveal their identities: the foreman Luxi and Keiku, the secretary Khalifa,